warm welcome. We are broadcasting tonight from the Piltap Ghat in hot and humid Kolkata, where the dance of democracy is playing out in all its colors. And what we've seen over the last 24 hours is an unprecedented vitriolic attack by the ruling Trinamool Congress against the BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate Narendra Modi. He's been called the butcher of Gujarat. Some people say in Bengal this could be the Maut Ka Saudagar moment. We are joined over here in Kolkata, and I want to thank all the people who've joined us, because this show is about you. Real people, real issues, giving them their right to be heard. We are joined by the West Bengal Finance Minister, Dr. Amit Mitra. We've got senior leaders from the left. We've got senior leaders from the BJP and the Congress joining us on this broadcast. All of you get an opportunity to ask questions to these leaders. Express your right to be heard. Ask them the questions you want. Let's get started. I want that gentleman over there. He wants to ask the first question. Let's go. What's your question? Welcome to the election.
The political discourse has reached a new low in Bengal, with Derek O'Brien calling Mr. Modi a butcher of Gujarat. How can anyone support such deplorable comments? There's a level to which you can stoop. You can put out your point in a much more decent way and polite way. I think it's condemnable.
That comment is really for Dr. Amit Mitra, because in Bengal, especially with the Bhadralok culture, from your party, a comment of this nature, unprecedented, he condemns it. Do you support it, sir?
I think what is important for us to understand is here was a gentleman who parachuted into Bengal, knowing nothing about Bengal, and immediately went into an attack on Mamata Banerjee, a woman, a chief minister, in the most uncivilized words, making allegations personally, not on policy issues, not on models, of a most virulent, obnoxious manner. Now, I think my colleague, Derek O'Brien, who's a member of parliament, responded in this manner because the whole country knows that for 3 days the Gujarat government held back while most gruesome murders took place. In one case, a pregnant woman's stomach was cut open and the fetus was thrown at...
You support calling Modi the butcher of Gujarat?
I think if the people of India will be the best judge as to whether thousands of people were slaughtered while the government watched. And by the way, Pandya, who in fact was at that time the Home Minister, now murdered, and nobody knows who murdered him, made a deposition that for 3 hours the Chief Minister held a meeting and general direction given to the people was, hold back while this pogrom, this ethnic cleansing happens.
You're saying Narendra Modi started it, he paratrooped into Bengal, leveled personal allegations against Mamata Banerjee, that's what provoked it. Tathagat Roy from the region.
Now, I didn't know that parachuting is such a crime, but butchering human beings is such a crime, is a crime. Now, let me do some, with all due respect, let me do some constitutional education for Mr. Amit Mitra. A crime is to be determined and tried in a court of law, not over TV or in a newspaper or over Twitter or Facebook, or even, as he very grandiloquently declares, among the people. It is to be decided, tried, adjudicated in a court, and it has been taken to court. For the last 12 years, a bunch of people have been trying to throw ink on this gentleman, and they have miserably failed. Having failed, now they are just letting off their vitriol by saying that it's been done, but in the minds of the people he is in. And that pregnant story, it has been proved wrong. And one person, Tista Setalvad, is being hauled over the coals. Were you there? Were you there?
No. Where is the question of this? I am giving you what everybody in the world knows.
Yes. Yes. What everybody in the world knows is not what is going to determine a crime. What is going to determine a crime is what the adjudication in a court of law is. The fundamental thing about our constitution. It is not going to be decided in a kangaroo court.
I think most importantly, people have the right to say what they feel in a democracy, and if there is a response to a vilifying personal attack against Mamata Banerjee, whose integrity is known all over the world, naturally somebody responded to that. He has a right to speak his mind. I would say something else, but every one of us have the right to say. And I think what he said You have said already, Maut ke Saudagar.
Sonia Gandhi said it. I didn't.
Now, what I'm saying is there were people earlier who said these kinds of things, hundreds of people, thousands of people. Now, the people will judge whether what you say has veracity, whether it has substance, but you have the right to say what you want.
You're saying you have the right to say it. Nilotpal Basu from the CPM, sir. Do you think at a time when in Bengal people are measured in their language, such language is okay? Do you support it, sir?
I think language is a substitute for substance. Because I would like to ask Dr. Mitra that when did it occur upon Mamata Banerjee to say all these things? Because recently a book has been published by the Penguin, written by one of the former members of Parliament of Trinamool Congress, Mrs. Krishna Basu. It's called An Outsider in Politics. So she has given graphic description of the vote which took place in the Lok Sabha subsequent to the Gujarat genocide. And she says she was the loner and she wanted the Trinamool Congress to oppose the Vajpayee government on the Gujarat genocide. But Miss Mamata Banerjee prevailed over her party colleagues and finally the Trinamool Congress voted in favor of the Vajpayee.
That's a very strong counter. When you had the opportunity between 2004 and 2002 and 2004, when Ramvilas Paswan left the NDA, Mamata Banerjee did no such thing. In fact, you supported the Vajpayee government. Now you are accused, sir, of political opportunism.
That is absolutely incorrect. You can ask Miss Krishna Bose what she said. My simple statement is the Trinamool Congress formally said, Mamata Banerjee herself, that this man must resign and he must be tried. He must resign. She was in the government.
I think the records of the Lok Sabha are archived and anybody can go and find out what were the actual facts for whom the Trinamool Congress voted. But the point is, this shadow boxing that is going on between the Trinamool Congress and the BJP is a reflection of the current mood, because Trinamool Congress is losing out and losing out badly among secular opinion, among the minorities. So Modi bashing would help them in restoring their credibility, and Mr. Modi also understands that the threat really comes from the left and a principal opposition on communalism and an alternative policy. Therefore, he also indirectly is helping the TMC to shore up her credibility among the minorities.
Okay, I want to ask people over here, just one by one. I want to ask people over here, how many people support Derek O'Brien's comment against Narendra Modi, calling him the butcher of Gujarat? How many people support it? Do you think it's okay for Derek O'Brien and the Trinamool to be saying this? Two people there, one gentleman there, couple at the back. How many disapprove of the use of such language? How many disapprove of the use of such language? Dr. Mitra, in the court of the people, many more disapprovals than approvals. Yes.
Dr. Mitra, one simple question. You are so angry against Mr. Modi for using such language against Didi. How can you justify if somebody boxes you, if you box him back, then that's not the solution, that's not the answer. Then we can stop politics, we can stop talking development and just keep on doing this.
Then let's just put on boxing gloves and start fighting, sir. Why have an election?
Very important for me to say, from Nilotpal Basu, my very dear colleague from the CPM, who's a member of parliament, I must tell him that Mr. Modi's shadow boxing is an alliance of sorts with the CPM.
You're saying Modi and the CPM? Sir, Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool's imagination.
Explain. The process is that if the anti-communist vote in Bengal is divided, where they can never win a seat, BJP can never win a seat in Bengal, everybody, all apologists would agree. If they can somehow get some votes up, who loses the anti-communist vote? CPM in the process loses. Now,
this is the first time.
Wait a second. I do not know what conversation Nilotpal Babu has had with the BJP here, sitting here close to each other. But the point is that in so doing parachuting into Bengal,
why are you so scared of Modi parachuting into Bengal?
He is facilitating.
Mamata also went to Delhi. Nobody came to her rally.
I think what is interesting is he will parachute many more times because he lives in a parachute with a jet parked outside him with 2 choppers. So that's a different matter. What I would like to say is, it's an interesting process now, where if BJP increases its vote bank by a few percentages, who gets the benefit from that? Please go deeper.
This is the first I've heard the left being accused of being in cahoots with Narendra Modi. So you're sitting very close to Tathagat Roy. Does that indicate anything?
I was never aware that Dr. Mitra had such great sense of humor. The only 2 persons who are seen on the air today is Narendra Modi and Mamata Banerjee, because other parties do not have the finances to support their helicopter travel. And I think questions are being raised both about how BJP is being funded to this extent. I mean, of running the kind of expensive campaign that they are. And there are also questions raised about the Sarda scam, which is now...
Yes, we are coming to the Sarda scam in just a moment. I want to bring in the Congress representative, Mr. Aruna.
May I humbly ask Mr. Ithro, he was a senior in the college, Presidency College. Now you knew that in 2002, the Gujarat Carnage happened. Thereafter, Mamata Banerjee had election. She went to the BJP, fought the election in 2004 with BJP, fought election with BJP in 2006. How do you justify it now?
Yes, very strong, very important.
I think that's a very important point. One must first understand that during the Gujarat Carnage, Mamata Banerjee was among the few people in the government who stood up at that time.
Means nothing. You stayed with them, you voted for them, Dr. Mitra.
Let me speak. I think you let me speak. Otherwise, I'll have to leave. The point is, it is very important that we understand that yes, Mamata Banerjee was in the NDA government. Mr. Vajpayee was the Prime Minister, and she persistently fought for the people of common people of India. Gujarat is a side issue which came up at that time, which emerged without any pre-warning, and therefore she strongly opposed it. So I think Nirotpal Babu said, what about models of development? I think what I expected from Mr. Modi or any political leader, and Mamata Banerjee speaking in public meetings, you debate the models of development. So why did Mr. Modi come into West Bengal, and instead of talking about the models of development, competitive and poor people, how they have benefited from the process, whether they have water, they have schools, they have dropout rates, infant mortality, instead of talking about that, because he knows he can't talk about it, because those numbers are horrible in Gujarat, therefore he parachuted in and he attacked Mamata Banerjee and flew away.
Okay, I want to go across to that young gentleman there. He agrees with the attack by the Trinamool on Narendra Modi. Why do you, sir?
Look, the very fact that we are diluting the matter here. The use of language, though unprecedented, is being used by all the parties. Let's bring in concrete use. What are the parties thinking about AFSPA? Why is the armed forces being generated against India's citizen? None of the party manifesto says anything about it. And let's accept one thing. We live in an area, we live in a court of law where lawlessness prevails. गुजरात का हर एक बच्चा बोलेगा मोदी खूनी है, सबको पता है.
नहीं बोलता है. गुजरात के जो लोग हैं उन्होंने वोट दिया है मोदी को. डर के वोट दिया है मोदी को 3 बार.
Did you want me to open up the Gujarat model? Let the parties answer for what are their take on the Indian army being generated against them.
Okay, we will debate the Gujarat model versus the Bengal model, because Dr. Mitra and the Trinamool believe that the Bengal model is actually better. Is that the case? We'll ask that question. But before that, one of the big stories of the battle for your vote 2014 is the lotus that seems to be suddenly springing to life along the Bay of Bengal. All opinion polls, anecdotal evidence indicates that the BJP vote share in this election could rise. Will it rise enough to convert into seats? Nobody quite knows that yet. But the fact that there is a rising graph of popularity of Narendra Modi cannot be disputed. My colleague Simi Pasha went out to the Bada Bazar area of Kolkata to find out what is it about Narendra Modi that appeals to the average Bengali.
Allegations are flying thick and fast in West Bengal, with the BJP and the TMC indulging in a game of political one-upmanship. Election Express decided to hit the streets of Kolkata's Bada Bazar, one of Asia's largest wholesale markets. see what the trader's sentiment was. 62-year-old Dilip Virani, a Gujarati businessman, may not have roots in the city, but he claims he understands its pulse better than the locals.
यहाँ तो ममता बनर्जी तृणमूल
लेफ्ट वालों का चांस नहीं है।
लेफ्ट वालों का चांस बहुत कम है अभी।
और मोदी जी का
मैंने वो यहाँ पे उसका पक्ष नहीं है, इसलिए मैंने थोड़ा कम आएगा तो थोड़ा कम आएगा।
Tarachand Manod, a Rajasthani trader and proud resident of Kolkata, echoes the same sentiment.
यहाँ पर रंग है, नील है, सिंदूर है, अबीर है, गुलाल है, अल्ट्रामेरिन ब्लू है, वेराइटीज ऑफ आइटम हम रखते हैं, केमिकल वगैरह रखते हैं।
आप बताइए, इलेक्शन में सबसे ज्यादा रंग किसका चढ़ेगा इस बार?
देखिए, बंगाल के अंदर अभी हरा रंग का ही बेसी तेज है, और वैसे इंडिया के अंदर लोग ये चाहते हैं कि मोदी जी ही इस बार आना चाहिए।
Even as old-timers in Bara Bazaar insist that Mamta will sweep West Bengal, Modi's impact is also being felt in the same market. Namo pens have emerged as a hot-selling commodity with BJP's trademark lotus and Modi's photograph.
काफ़ी अच्छी डिमांड है, लोग ऐसा अप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं। पीपल वांट चेंज। Narendra Modi, everybody want to become PM.
There is hope for the left in West Bengal, and ironically, it's coming from the right. Experts say that the so-called Modi wave, if it touches West Bengal, will only benefit the left. Logic is that traditional left voters will never vote for the BJP. So a saffron surge here doesn't translate into a loss for the left, but a loss for the Congress and for Mamata Banerjee here at the Writers' Building. In Kolkata with Kashif Siddiqui, Simi Pasha for the Election Express.
Well, a lotus most definitely blooming along the Bay of Bengal. Nobody quite knows how big this lotus will grow and who the lotus will cause more trouble for, the left or the Trinamool. What we have on the Battle for Your Vote 2014 in Kolkata is not just a face-off in terms of arguments, but also a face-off in terms of music. We've got two bands here, Paribartan representing the Trinamool Congress, and we've got Pilu Dada representing the left, cheering their party. So why don't we have you first explain through music why you believe, sir, that Paribartan has worked for Bengal. You know, there are lots of questions being asked to Dr. Mitra. Why do you feel Paribartan has worked for Bengal, sir? And how will you sing and say it?
দেখেছিলাম যে বাংলা মাকে, জন্ম নিয়ে দেখেছিলাম যে বাংলা মাকে, এসো তাকে নতুন করে দেখি দিদির চোখে, এসো তাকে নতুন করে দেখি দিদির চোখে, হবে মা মাটি মানুষেরই জয়, হবে মা মাটি মানুষেরই জয়, হবে মা মাটি মানুষেরই জয়, হবে মা মাটি মানুষেরই জয়। সততারই প্রতীক দিদির লড়াই অনেক বড়, সততারই প্রতীক দিদির লড়াই অনেক বড়, সততারই প্রতীক দিদির লড়াই অনেক বড়, পারবে না আটকাতে তাকে যতই আঘাত করো, পারবে না আটকাতে তাকে যতই আঘাত করো, হবে মা মাটি মানুষেরই জয়,
You're not.
I don't follow what it says, but I want to ask people over here, how many people believe that Parivartan has been good for Bengal? How many people believe that? Fair number of people believe that Parivartan has been good. I know. Different, yes. But but my question is this. How many people think Parivartan has been good for Bengal? Trinamool, in the way that they've implemented the Parivartan. So going good, you think?
Going good. Going good. Because going good, see, whatever Aam Aadmi Party did in Delhi, that Mamta Didi already is doing in Calcutta.
How many people think Parivartan has been good in Bengal?
I think she's a very honest person, and she's from her core of the heart. She's trying to do something for Bengal. So definitely.
How many people think Parivartan?
Yeah, it's excellent. She's doing excellent work in the Jungle Mahal, in the Darjeeling area, and in the district. She's doing excellent work.
Okay, not just do we have the band representing the Trinamool, we've got Pilu Bhattacharya also representing the left. Sir, their music stronger than yours tonight, or not quite?
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yes. No, we are meeting Bappi Lahiri and we are also meeting Babul Supriya. That's when the BJP music will come out. But right now, Pilu Bhattacharya, the stage is yours, sir.
রক্ষক হয় ভক্ষক খায় দেশটাকে বেঁচে আগুন বাজার দর তবু জলসার রাতে হুল্লোড় আর মস্তি চলে নেতার সাথে দেখে যা কেমন মজা রে দিয়ে ভোট করলে সবাই কাকে রাজা রে দেখে যা কেমন মজা রে দিয়ে ভোট করলে সবাই কাকে রাজা রে 2GB 3GB বুদ্ধিজীবী নিয়ে চালাবে দেশ ওরা গায়ে হাওয়া দিয়ে ভোট কিনবে টাকা দিয়ে এই তো ওদের নীতি বাড়িয়ে বেকার করবে দারুণ কর্মসংস্কৃতি বাড়িয়ে বেকার করবে দারুণ কর্মসংস্কৃতি ময়না ওরে ময়না রাত কলকে সাজিয়ে দেশটা ওরা দিল 12টা বাজিয়ে এসব দেখে থাকতে হবে নেশার ঘরে ওরা সব মাস্তুত ভাই চোরে চোরে দেখে যা কেমন মজা রে দিয়ে ভোট করলে সবাই কাকে রাজা রে দেখে যা কেমন মজা রে
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How many people here are missing the left front government? How many people are missing the left front government? Nilotpal Dada doesn't get to put his hand up. Apart from Dada, how many people? No, but how is it possible? This is still 37% of the municipal vote still went to the left. Why do you not support the left?
It's a dead idea. It's not entrepreneurial. We need someone like Mr. Modi who is decisive, entrepreneurial and progressive so that we can as an entrepreneur, I faced so many hardships just to get paperwork done in Bengal. So what kind of development model?
Who else is not missing the left? Who else is not missing the left? No.
Animal farm to support left, please. John.
Okay, who else feels that left is actually, it's good that the left is gone from Bengal?
It's nice that left is gone, but as my friend said, that Didi is honest. What about the rest of the brigade? What are the rest of the people?
But this is a problem, Nilotpal Dada. The fact that as we travel across Kolkata, we find young people no longer identifying with leftist ideology. We were at Presidency at the Adda, where decades of generations grew up supporting the left movement. Now they feel disconnected.
I think, Rahul, it is becoming increasingly clear that this Modi campaign is corporate sponsored. Therefore, the kind of people you meet are the kind of people you want to meet, because the gentleman who was saying that it is entrepreneurial, if you look at enterprises, if you look at employment scenario, I mean, just the other day we had the LSS data coming in between 2004 and 2011. You had 24 lakh jobs created in the manufacturing sector in West Bengal, whereas between 2004 and 2011 in Gujarat it was just 14 lakhs.
No, but does it not concern, you're finding fault with the Modi model, that's okay. I'm coming to that. But does it not concern you that this generation doesn't connect with the left, sir?
I am telling you that Dr. Amit Mitra has now wearing the double cap of a finance minister and as well as an industry minister. Now the industrial scenario here is pathetic. I mean, most of the investments which had taken place earlier, some gentlemen were giving some figures earlier. I mean, it's very clear that it's becoming barren.
But you're not answering my question. The young generation is plugging off the left. Does that not concern you?
I don't think so. I mean, the audience here is really not...
You're saying the audience is not... But these are young people, sir. They've come... Yes.
From backing up of the young people from the left, the policies of the left, it's from West Bengal is utter this fact. Whether we are practicing, when we are going to every places and all that, the people in West Bengal, the people, they have faced tremendous amount of concerns in these 3 years. From the every corner of the society, what the people thinks of, the young generation thinks of, from education sector to their work culture, from the total mishap of the government has turned the total faith of the young generation has reversed to the left.
Please a humble request. The presidency knows the figure and the face of the whole student community of the West Bengal. It's a humble research. And the whole students... I don't agree. And
37% of mandate is president.
Okay. In this part of the show, we will debate the Bengal model versus the Gujarat model. Would you concede, Dr. Mitra, that because of his appeal when it comes to jobs, growth, employment, Narendra Modi has been able to attract the youth of Bengal towards him, which is why so many hands in Kolkata, in Bengal, are chanting Namo Namo nowadays?
I think, first of all, you saw from the audience that the left is obviously lost its support completely. Now we go to the Gujarat versus Bengal model. Before that, I want to make 2 points on comments made from the floor. One is, what is the growth rate of Bengal? That's very important for the entrepreneur and everybody, all young people. India is growing by 4.9% this year. Bengal is growing by 7.71%. This is the contrast of the process. Number two, somebody mentioned work culture. Do you know that between 2008 and 2011, the total man days lost or person days lost was 76 to 78 lakhs per year under the left front government, half of India. You know what happened? Within 1 year, it came down year before last to 5,020 days, and this year I'm proud to say man days lost through strikes has been zero.
That's in comparison to the left, but in comparison with Modi, Bengal is doing much worse. Just 1 second, I want you...
Let me come into the Gujarat model, please allow me. Now, as far as Gujarat model is concerned, very few people know that Gujarat in 1880 to 1990, growth rate was 14.9%. You know what was during Mr. Modi's period, 2001, 2011? 9.82%. It fell. Now you guys in the media don't do your research. Now let me give you another example. Infant mortality in Gujarat is 41. It is 32 in Bengal, despite the left front's 34 years, and it has improved today. 41, 32. They're
saying it's unfair. We must
just give a few statistics. Mortality rate of women giving birth, 12.8 in Gujarat, 9.2 in Bengal. Safe drinking water in rural Gujarat, 84.9%. It is 91.4 in Bengal. I want to...
We've understood your point.
One more opportunity. As far as the level, the PQRL, which is the Physical Quality of Life Index, when Mr. Modi came to office, Gujarat was number 7. You know what it is today? Still at number 7.
Okay, so you're saying quality of life in Bengal is better than the quality of life in Gujarat?
Quality of life in Bengal is better than quality of life in Gujarat. Thank you, Dr. Mitra, being so hugely amusing. Just a little while back, we heard from a lady that Gujarat happens to be the safest place for women, and over here we find women raped by the hundreds, and the government is not doing anything about it. Once a police officer takes a step to apprehend some rapists, and the chief minister comes along, tries to shush her, and says, Shajano Ghotona, it's all a got-up job. You call that quality of life? And that's not it. He's talking about the...
This is your alliance with the left, it seems. During the CPM's time, you know that during CPM's time, you could not file an FIR.
Did it happen, Dr. Mitra? Did it happen or did it not happen? Did your chief minister try to justify rapists? Did your chief minister try to shush a police officer?
I would like to say, let me ask. I think the BJP person knows that during the left period, you could not file an FIR without an LC. I did not know what is an LC. Did you know, Rahul? LC is a local committee of the CPM. Now, what was the law and order? I think it is amazing. Today we have democratized.
Let's hear from the people.
There are 31,000 cases which are being filed in crime against women. Very sad to state, 20,000 cases are false, 498 days. 64% are false. Only conviction rate is 4.4%. When it comes to rape statistics, 90% cases are false.
Okay, I want to ask the women over here. How do you compare the Gujarat model with the Bengal model? That young lady.
I said my friend works in Schneider in Gujarat, and during Navratra, they go on scooties at 2 o'clock at night. I can't go out at 6 o'clock alone. This is scary. It's scary.
Okay, 1 second.
The economic statistic I've given of the lack of social infrastructure, lowered growth in Bengal, it is amazing that everybody has hidden its secret. This is not a Modi model. It is a Modi mirage. And you media people, don't do your research. You do not know the condition. People know. You don't have to tell them. Yeah, have you done this research that I'm giving you today?
No, but there are several parameters on which Gujarat is doing much better than Bengal. Look at how many companies are coming in investing. Look at how much job is being created. Look at the agricultural growth. The Gujarat. Just 1 second. I want to go to Nilotpal Dada. He's been waiting for an opportunity. The comparison between the Bengal model.
I think I'm sorry to say you are so miserly with the truth. The fact of the matter is, in the last 1 decade, there has been a 1% negative growth in employment in Gujarat. It's very clear. The Gujarat model is all about diminishing social sector investment, 1. Number 2, falling rate of wages of the working people. Number 3, all kinds of largest to the topmost corporates of this country. And I am also sorry to say that Dr. Mitra's critique of the Gujarat model is based on the same paradigm. He says we have not lost Mondays. That means the government here has been the most aggressive against the working people and the labor movement during this period. The figure he was really rattling out on infant mortality rate was achieved during the left front government itself, and all the social indicators where Gujarat is by far ahead of Gujarat are all achieved during the left.
You're saying it's because of the left, not because of Trinamool. I want to go across to the people. 1 second. How do you compare the Gujarat model with the Bengal model?
No, I'm not concerned with that. What I want to say that we are talking about national politics, and till now there is no sign of Congress even a bit. I just want to ask our Congress representative: is it just because of their family politics? Is it because of their corruption model, or what?
Okay, Gujarat model versus the Bengal model. Yes, you have a point.
Like, is there really something called Gujarat model or Bengal model? Because we have seen our CM who come to power on Shingur issue. But what is Shingur now? What is Nandigram now? Where is the industry?
Okay, I want to go across to the young women at the back, because this is a big political issue over here. That young lady says they feel much safer in Gujarat than they do in Bengal. Do you think there's some truth to that?
Obviously not.
You think Bengal is safer?
Bengal is not safer because you see
After 9, this Park Street area, we women don't feel safe alone when we go out.
Okay, some other young girls? Yes, ma'am.
No, I don't feel safe. Like after 6 p.m. I don't feel safe. Right?
I don't feel safe here.
No, just 1 second, because Dr. Mitra, this is...
The atrocities against women is continuously on the rise, and moreover, I mean, police, they do not tend to cooperate. On top of it, political parties tend to politicize the issue. TMC keeps saying that, this entire story is fabricated. They tend to see it.
No, I definitely don't feel safe here after the atrocities against women. West Bengal is actually known for, the rise of atrocities against women. What do you have to say about that?
Dr. Mitra must answer. 1 second. Just several people have asked that question. How is it, sir, that every woman we've spoken to feels that they're unsafe, sir?
It is very important for us to understand that this is when I was a young boy, I would travel in a tram in Kolkata, and if one lady said something to a man next to her, the whole society would come down on that guy, pull him out of the tram, and he would perhaps be punished. Now, what has happened in 34 years is that whole environment has gone. So what is this? What is the Chief Minister doing? First of all, we are building, for the 40,000 policemen have been recruited, 4 new commissioners because there were no police people. Now, women police stations have been introduced, only place in the country where only women police, and women police are being put in every station. Of course, the police have to be re-educated. Society right from start. We are starting after 34 years of a totally different kind of environment. Party-controlled environment. Now we have democracy, we have opened, and now we have to teach ourselves.
So you're saying it's not a political issue, it's a social issue. Do you agree? Do you agree? They're saying it's a political issue. It's not a political issue, it's a social issue.
You see, what has happened today is, yes, law and order has deteriorated, no doubt. But the fact is there are many other factors which are involved. You just can't say, this is black and this is white. It doesn't work that way. There's a gray area. I mean, I have mixed opinions about how safe is Bengal. I mean, it's 50-50. Yes, law and order has really deteriorated. But look at us as citizens. What have we done also?
Okay. Just 1 second. Yes, sir. Dr. Mitra saying it's because of what happened during the left rule that Bengal is unsafe and women feel insecure.
This is the most preposterous defense of an otherwise indefensible situation. Now, I tell you that yes, I agree with him totally that it's a social evil, but there has to be a role of the administration. What do you expect the rapists to respond if the Chief Minister, in the face of what the obnoxious thing happened in Park Street, after that, she, before the investigation even started, announcing that the whole allegation or complaint is stage managed and it is faked. Now, the point is that the TMC government, even since it has assumed power, it is always in a mode of denial. They are never prepared to accept the reality, and therefore they cannot act also. In every sphere of public life, of citizens' life, you see all-round deterioration here. The other lady who was not prepared to miss the left was saying that the law and order situation has deteriorated. But compared to what? Compared to the situation that was there.
Okay.
Obviously, she is missing the left-hand government.
Okay, as we come to the last part of this program, I want to show you how in Bengal everything's so colorful. Apart from just the music that we have over here, my colleague Jaskirat Singh Bawa went to a mithai shop and found that even the mithai is split on political lines. You've got Trinamool mithai, you've got Mamta mithai. So here's what we found out inside a mithai shop in Kolkata.
With a charged political atmosphere in the run-up to the elections, we visit one of the oldest sweet shops of Calcutta and try to get a sense of how people feel about Your Vote 2014. We are at a shop which is more than a century old. The Balaram Malik and Radha Raman Malik shop was established in 1885, so they've been around for over 129 years. Let's go in and get a sense about what is their flavor for these elections. We are at the Balaram Sweet Shop, as it's popularly known, and there is something very unique in these elections that they have prepared. Let's speak with one of the proprietors, Priyanka, over here. Hi, Priyanka. We believe you have something special for the local population of Kolkata this election season. Can you just show us what it is all about?
For every occasion we prepare something special, and for our Lok Sabha elections also we have made these sandesh. These are sandesh embossed with the party symbols, and this is doing great. The party cadres are buying for the leaders, and the leaders are also buying them to distribute.
Okay, well, let's ask you a question. Which of these, we can see we have the Congress symbol over here, the BJP, the left party over here, and TMC. Now, can you tell us which of these is actually selling like hotcakes, literally? Which of them is actually the most popular item over here?
It's difficult. All are doing well, but in Calcutta, TMC is doing very well, and after that, BJP.
Yeah, but are you talking about the political parties, or are we talking about your items over here?
My items, I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So TMC and
BJP.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's quite interesting over here. But we also believe that you are adding on some other items in the run-up to the elections. Could you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, sure. We are making 3 kinds of sweets. One named Namo, another Raga, and one for Didi. The Namo one is in chai glass for Narendra Modi, which has a flavor of chai and elaichi, which is very nice. And the Raga for Rahul Gandhi, that is also doing very well. That has a cappuccino taste. And for our Didi, we have made a special dahi with Nolen Gur, a special flavor of Bengal for our Didi.
Very interesting and innovative idea. Now let's get into a word for some of the customers over here and understand what they feel like about your vote 2014. We have a few gentlemen over here. Hello sir, how are you?
Fine sir.
Okay sir, of course this is a very exciting election, one of the biggest elections that India has ever seen. We find you over here at a shop which is more than a century old. They've been around since 1885. We are trying to understand what exactly is the flavor of these election seasons. What do you feel is the flavor? Who has the maximum number of people following them over here? Or we have a few sweets over here which are in different party symbols. So what do you think is the flavor over here?
It's definitely this time TMC will get more seats.
Okay.
It's more than 30 seats.
We had a few selection over there about the political parties. So which of those items would you prefer buying? The BJP symbol, the left, TMC or Congress?
Definitely TMC.
Why is that?
Because देखने से बहुत सुंदर है ना.
तो देखने में अच्छा लग रहा है. लेकिन जहाँ तक पार्टी की बात की जाए, पार्टी का काम कैसे रहा?
देखिए, this is the first time we are facing central election. Central issue नहीं है. That's the tragedy.
Fantastic. So we get a sense over here, of course, TMC being the flavor of the season, quite literally. Let's also get an understanding from the people who are managing the shop over here. We speak with one of the people over here. We are trying to understand. अभी यहाँ पर जो customers आते हैं, काफी अभी political season, political माहौल काफी ज़्यादा charged up है. So यहाँ पर आके लोग मिठाई तो खाते ही हैं, लेकिन political चर्चा भी ज़्यादा चलती रहती है क्या?
हाँ, बहुत चलते हैं. जो कस्टमर लोग आता है, अगर कोई किसी को गिफ्ट करना है तो हम लोग के पास से आने के बाद वो सब लोगों सब ले जाता है, और जो पार्टी का जो आदमी है वो सबको गिफ्ट करते हैं.
और किस पार्टी की सबसे ज़्यादा चर्चा हो रही है?
ज़्यादा चलता है हम लोग का बंगाल में TMC ज़्यादा चलता है, और उसका बाद CPM भी चलता है, कांग्रेस भी चलता है, BJP भी अभी चल रहा है.
तो आपका कहने का मतलब सबसे ज़्यादा चर्चा अभी TMC के लिए चल रही है?
बंगाल में ज़्यादा TMC चलता है, उसका बाद मोदी जी मतलब पद्म फूल वो भी चलता है, और CPM का भी चलता है, सभी चलता है, लेकिन ज़्यादा TMC थोड़ा ज़्यादा चलते हैं.
Obviously, the political workers and supporters clearly making a beeline over here for the party symbols-based Sandesh, but at the same time, of course, people in Calcutta are getting a sense that the TMC is perhaps the flavor of the season, but of course not without its own share of hiccups. With Siddharth Safaya for Election Express, Jaskira Singh Baba.
Some absolutely delicious looking mithai there. In the last part of our program, I want to understand, sir, where do you think, all of you, things will end up after the 16th of May? Will there be a truck between Mamata Banerjee and Narendra Modi, which many people suggest? Let me start with the BJP. So do you think, despite all of what the both of you have said on the show, after the elections get over, there will be an alliance between Mamata and Modi?
Oh, I'd answer that with a very old song. You remember the song Kesara Sara? Which means that whatever will be, the future is not ours to see. We'll see.
You're saying the future is not ours to see whether anything can happen?
Yes, anything can happen.
So basically, Modi is still wooing Mamta. Is Mamta interested?
I think what is...
You are saying K Sara Sara, anything can happen.
K Sara Sara means anything can happen. But after yesterday's speech, if you imagine that Modi is wooing Mamta, you're making a very...
I think what is very important is, this audience perhaps would agree, that end of this poll, Trinamool would be the third largest party in India. There is no doubt in anybody's mind. And future policies of India will rest on Trinamool's experience, its capacities, and therefore you will see a third process. On one side the corrupt Congress, on the other side communal BJP. Lot of young people want to see a third process. We are not calling it front. We are saying let there be a sense of competition in democracy. Trinamool will be the third largest party.
Does the Congress think, sir, that there will be an alliance between the BJP and Trinamool?
I don't want to say anything.
You don't want to say anything. Yes, sir.
I think the wishful thinking that Dr. Mitra has will actually replicate what happened with their anti-corruption campaign with Anna Hazare. It it produced a stillborn baby in the Ramlila Maidan. And 16th May will have a very bitter kind of future. And you see, willy-nilly, it's very clear that the Trinamool Congress will go because Nitin Gadkari, the former president of BJP, actually came and sounded this idea. And Miss Mamta Banerjee has also never denied the fact or apologized for having associated with the BJP and the NDA in the past.
You are demanding
nor has she categorically pointed that she will never go to the BJP. So the point is very clear, but I think that opportunity will be not there because non-Congress, non-BJP parties will be there with a majority, with a alternative formation to pursue alternative.
Okay, we're at the end of this program tonight. I want to thank all those who joined us in Kolkata. It's hot, it's humid, it's sticky, but the fact that you all came and participated in the Election Express means a lot to us. This is an opportunity for all of you to have your say, to ask the tough questions. The Netas might not like them, but it's your right to ask those questions and it's their responsibility to answer them. On behalf of the entire Election Express crew, this is Rahul Kamal signing off tonight from Kolkata. We're traveling tomorrow from urban Bengal towards rural Bengal. We'll see you tomorrow night at Asansol at 9:30 p.m. The Election Express will broadcast tomorrow from Asansol, and I hope to see you on Headlines Today at 9:30 p.m. tonight. Thank you all very much for tuning in and watching the Election Express from Kolkata.